Oh, hello, good morning, Roo. I don't know about you. Have you got any hail damage at your joint? Or?
No,
I didn't either.
No, I just, you know what I did? I just went straight home. I thought we were going to be like a massive storm or
Batten
something.
down the hatches?
Yes.
How's the weather today, Mel?
It's looking a little bit cloudy, perhaps some showers around. I'm going to stick to fairly generic stuff from now on. Hey, I'm just taking the information I am given and relaying it to our listeners.
Right.
And there was a potential for small hail yesterday.
Oh, potential.
And wouldn't you prefer to be warned on the off chance that it was actually going to occur?
I don't want my whole day ruined though because I was planning to do
See, Roo, hey, very defensive.
You've got a big responsibility when you do the weather, Mel. We learnt that from Ditz, remember?
Yeah, I do. And I do take that responsibility very seriously. And I'm very sorry to anyone who cowered in their house thinking they were going to be pelted by rocks.
Don't worry, you're not the first weather presenter to get it wrong, Ditz.
No.
They're pretty much known for it, aren't they? All of them. It's not that easy, obviously.
I'm in good company then.
Yeah, you'll fit in well with this show, making mistakes.
Thank you.
On air.
I feel
Good
so
stuff.
welcome, thanks.
Even drop the F-bomb if you want.
Now?
Every now and then. We've got a good day today. My lad will be having some jokes. Adam Rosenbach's the comedy writer from the front bar. He's going to join us for a laugh. We've got a couple of good discussion topics about kids and neighbours and what time they can make noise in their yard.
This comes a very, very
happening.
wealthy suburb. Neighbours have complained. They've written a letter saying, on a Saturday morning and a Sunday morning, can you keep your kids inside till 9 o'clock? You can't do that.
Ruse News as well. We'll give away some fun and some prizes to give away there as well. So lots of stuff happening.
Children, I have some exciting news.
You are fake news.
Hello, Adelaide.
Triple M's ruined Ditz for breakfast.
Overnight news.
Well, I think they're going to need a new name for payphones, Ditz. We saw this in the news yesterday. Telstra are now making payphones free. So they might have to call them free phones. I don't know if they're going to come up with a new name or if they already have that I've missed. But
Public phones.
Yeah, public phones are now... we grew up with these, Ditz, didn't we? They're an important part of society.
Of the last time I would have used one.
Well,
it'd be years.
That probably means you're pretty lucky, Ditz, because apparently even last year there were 11 million calls made from these phones in Australia. 230,000 of those for either lifeline, emergency, bushfires, just things that need there. People on the street.
So we do still need them then?
We do still need them, yeah. Well, I mean, if there's 230,000 calls made for emergency services,
that's a lot.
then it's needed. So they say that's $5 million worth of calls for Telstra, but it also, they say in an article I've read, that it costs them more than that to go and collect all the coins from all the payphones.
Yeah, right.
So, free phones.
Free
A new era.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, they're saying in Queensland with the COVID cases, most of them are children.
Well, I think it just happens to coincide with the fact that it happened at a school. I think they had 9 cases or something at a school yesterday, I think. Don't quote me on that.
So that skews the numbers.
It skews the numbers. I don't think there's any new strain that attacks kids or anything like that happening, so we don't have to panic about that.
Yep.
People down at Aldinga were panicking yesterday. They had a bit of a tornado.
Seemingly out of nowhere, wild winds pick up 5 wheelie bins, sending them screeching down the street at gold medal pace.
It's been windy for the last probably 3 or 4 weeks here, but nothing like that. That was, that was next level, that was.
The storm lasted just seconds, but this trampoline had no hope of staying put.
Luckily, it was just attached to the shed and didn't go anywhere else.
Runaway wheelie bins.
Yeah, gold medal bin. It was flying down the street, the recycling bin. It was on the Channel 7 News last night.
Speaking of gold medals, the ugly Australians, Roo. What's going on?
Stolen mascots, vomit, holes in walls, broken beds. Sounds like they're having a genuine crack over there after doing great in the pool. And
also larrikin behaviour on the flight back home. Japan Airlines have complained.
Japan Airlines. So I think I heard Mark Beretta talking about this morning on Luke Boner's overnight show, and he said bums are going to get seriously kicked in the next 24 hours.
Talking about the rugby sevens team and our men's soccer team, the Olyroos.
Yes. Well, rowers had something to do with it as
Might have
well?
been a couple of rowers, yeah.
Boy from the Riverland wouldn't do that.
No.
Would you?
No.
After winning
gold?
gold?
We all know that sports people tend to let their hair down at the end of a big year.
I think they're very
AFL
entitled to.
Do you?
Entitled to, as long as it's done the right way. obviously this hasn't been a little bit too far, but you could imagine training for 5 years in this situation.
Yeah.
So off the booze, professional athlete, sacrifices you make, and then you're not booze fit when you get on it.
Yeah.
That's a real trap.
But I don't like trashing rooms
No,
and things like that.
I'm not condoning that.
No.
Absolutely not. But anyway, we're going to hear more about that today.
Yep, heads will roll.
104.7 Triple M.
He writes jokes for the front bar, and his mates call him Rosie. Please welcome to Triple M's Ruin Dits for Breakfast, Adam Rosenbach.
He joins us every Wednesday morning right here. Good morning, Rosie.
Morning, boys. How are we? We're going well?
We're going very well, Rosie.
Yeah, great. I thought I'd bring to the show today some exciting news. It's time to announce a succession plan here at Triple M for Rosie and Dits in the morning.
Hey, what do you mean?
That's going to happen. Yeah, so we're moving Rue on very gently. I'm going to watch what he does.
Right.
It's not until 2031 because I can't be bothered getting up that early for at least a decade.
Okay.
Just going to sit back and pay attention to the great man and see how it all goes.
Worked well at the Hawks, didn't it? The succession plan.
Clarko's gone, and can I just say, the Hawthorn fans have come for Jeff Kennett and said that they need to get rid of him. And I say, as someone who doesn't barrack for Hawthorn, I say Jeff Kennett for life.
Yes, that's right.
Apparently, they've got to pay $900K to Clarko for next year, and he also caused 900 grand's damage on the way out of the club rooms.
I've seen him punch the odd wall before.
Yeah.
What's happening with the Olympics? You been into it, Rosie?
Look, I've been loving it. It's been a lot of feel-good stories. We had the high jumpers sharing the gold medal. The Mutaz Barsham and Gianmarco Tamberi shared the gold. And I'm not sure about this, fellas. I've said, the only thing that should be shared in the Olympics is herpes.
Well, that's been happening. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it doesn't really count. It'd be like if you shared a Brownlow. You know what I mean, Dits? It's just not the same. Doesn't matter. You know?
That's
I said to Rue
blow,
yesterday,
Rosie.
like the Brownlow, we just happen to have another medal here. Eh?
Exactly, it's rigged, mate. We all knew it. It's like a
bloody
Port Adelaide.
rigged.
It's like a Port Adelaide best and fairest.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Don't go there.
Great comeback off the cuff there, Rosie.
Thank you.
Really
So there's a
like
bit
that
going
one.
on in the Olympics. Alex Porter's bike fell apart. He was just riding around the velodrome and the stem just snapped. It reminded me of when I discovered mid-mono my brother hadn't tightened the wheel nuts on my dragster.
Dangerous.
Being a cyclist, he just went and sat in a cafe for 2 hours and ordered only one latte. So he knew how to cope with that. But there's been some great stories out of the Olympics as well. Andrew Hoy, one of our equestrian jumpers, he's 62 years of age, the oldest medalist in 53 years, and he won bronze and silver. Now, I don't know if he should still be there. Like, your testicles should not be lower than your horses. I don't think it's a good look, you know.
Yeah, that's a good guy. That's
amazing.
a good guy.
8 Olympics.
But my favourite sport in the Olympics, I was watching this the other night, was the 800-metre foot race, so the race around the track. Now, what I didn't realise, and I don't want to be disparaging about 800-metre runners, but they're clearly the most stupid athletes we have.
Oh, hang on.
Why?
Rosie.
Why is that?
Now, the reason I say that is they ring a bell after the first lap to let them know there's only one lap to go. It's 2 laps. How thick are they? But they can't remember they've only run 1 lap.
Why do they do that?
I don't know. Maybe, like, what happened back in the day before there was a bell? Did some bloke hit the 350-metre mark and just make a bolt
So
for it?
if they lost the P out of the bell, do you think they'd just keep running around and around and around, would they? When are we stopping?
It's 2. You know, just someone getting to the line and going, well, a bell would have been nice.
Do they
What are
do
you
that in
doing
the
to me?
1500 and well, you can understand it in that race, but gee whiz.
It's a good
At
point.
the start of the 400, they ring the bell.
Yeah, exactly, just to let them know.
I like
And
it.
not in the 200. They don't do it 30 seconds before they start the race.
I don't think so, no. And each hurdle, they just let them know there's a hurdle coming up.
Now, did you catch up with Warnie's news?
So Shane Warne, devastating news. He's tested positive to COVID, which is, devastating for everyone. Although somehow his hair has tested negative. I don't know how that's happened. And in breaking news, COVID has tested positive to Warnie. And there's no vaccination for that.
The
so,
COVID's getting vaccinated.
Yeah, exactly. Warnie's the only person who hopes he can get hospitalised so he can have a crack at all the nurses. He's loving it.
Oh, no.
I heard the other day he went for a haircut and he said, I'll come back and pick it up in half an hour.
Just make it a bit longer in the front.
You'd get advanced hair if you got $1 million to do it. As well.
That's true. That's true. I think, mate, I'm running with hair in a can at the back. I'm not going real well.
Good on you, Rosie.
On you,
Thanks
Rosie.
for that, mate.
We'll
Pleasure,
talk
fellas.
again next Wednesday. Adam Rosenbachs.
Have a great week.
Roo, getting let off by the police. Everyone's got a story, haven't they? Here's a lady. She was doing 200 Ks over the limit.
Hang on.
200 over the limit.
200 over the limit?
She's
What
got,
was the limit?
She's got the souped-up AMG Mercedes, so she thought she'd take it for a spin. Anyway, the cops have pulled her over. I've got the article here in front of me, and she says, I was busting to go to the toilet. And they sort of went, and then went, hang on.
The toilet?
We were trailing you. You just come past 3 petrol stations.
Yeah, because she was going too fast.
That's right. So anyway, they didn't let her off. Have you been let off by the cops?
I've been caught and let off that many times in my career. It's not in my life, I should say. I've lost my licence. I've gone the old double the demerit points. If you lose it for 6 months. I've done that a couple of times. Sometimes you have your friendly cops that like the crows, and they go, just take it easy, will you, mate? And then other times they just take a lot of joy in pinging you because of who you are. I've had plenty of those. Yeah. The best one I had, I think I've told you the story, Ditz, when I did have to go to court for being unregistered and unlicensed once, which was an accident, total accident, of course. I had to go to court, and I thought, they said, where do you want to go to court? And I said, I'm to be down at Westlake, so where's the closest courthouse? Port Adelaide. So I said, I'm happy to go down there. So wander into the Port Adelaide courts. There's a few different sorts of human beings lined up around outside that courthouse. I stroll in and, go up to the dock and do all of that. And he said, geez, your game coming down here, eh? And I said, well, it's close. He said, look, you have to lose your licence for being unregistered and unlicensed. I said, oh, you sure? And he said, yeah, you have to. He said, when are you playing in Melbourne next? And I said, actually, next weekend we play in Melbourne. He said, you lose it Friday and you can get it back Monday morning. I said, all right, that sounds good.
That was nice of him.
Yeah. So I didn't actually really even lose it. Yeah. Because I was away for the whole weekend.
Yeah.
So that's sort of like getting off.
Yeah. I reckon you can be lucky, you can be unlucky. And look, I just want to say a very good morning to all the constables out there, the
yes,
police officers.
Like all the police too.
Yes, indeed. So earlier this year, I shared this with you, I got just near here. I left work one morning, got to the first red light, and I picked my phone up. And wouldn't believe, as I picked it up, I got a tap on the window. There was a motorbike cop next to me. So there you go. There you go. Pull over.
What are you doing, Dit?
And anyway, what I said, he said, is there any explanation? I said, look, I was being very polite. I said, look, I thought sitting at the lights, I wasn't doing anything dangerous. I said, look, I wasn't driving along and I wasn't, on my phone checking messages. I just waited till I got to the red light. I heard it go beep, so I picked it up. And he said, well, I can't make any allowances for that. And $680 on the spot for just picking my phone up. And I went,
how brutal are the fines?
I went, gee, that's a bit hefty. Anyway, but did the wrong thing, so you got to cop it. Anyway, get home that night. Unbelievable. Kate, on the same day. The same thing. Before I even told her my story,
what, she got fined $680 as well?
She got let off.
What?
So the same thing. I copped $680. She gets let off.
What'd she do?
I don't know.
That doesn't matter. You got off.
So I guess you can get the good ones and the bad ones.
Mel, have you ever been done?
I got a warning on the way in here a few months ago. So I was driving in and there was some roadworks and I just did some really shoddy driving because the way I needed to come to work was I was half asleep. The road I needed was shut off. So
running late.
Detoured and I was running late and I turned the wrong way down a one-way street, I think on Light Square.
Righto.
And I hear immediately, whoop, oh no. So I pulled over and the cop said, do you know what you did back there? I said, yeah, sorry, I just took the wrong turn because of the detour. And I'm late for work. I work with Roo and Ditz for breakfast and they're on air soon.
You name dropped.
I name dropped you guys.
Mel.
I think he was actually just nice or he was a fan or a bit of both. So he gave me a little warning and sent me on my way.
Oh well,
how come the girls get off?
Thank you. Yeah, come
Thank
on.
you, guys. Look at what you do for me.
1-333-53. When have you been let off by the coppers? Give us a call. We've got a smart speaker to give away.
And we know there are some great ones out there. So my uncle, just quickly, once driving up Port Road, got pulled over and he was speeding. And then he said, what's going on? He said, my wife is about to give birth at the QEH. The cop said, follow me, and put his lights on and they went.
Was she really?
Yeah,
Was he
yeah. No, it was true. But, so you get your good ones that do nice things and,
And
So
you get your bastards as well. Love busting you.
Someone we know, Rue, I won't mention his name, he's just texted us and said, bent over the steering wheel saying, I've got diarrhea. And the cop said, righto, go, because he pulled him over for speeding.
Yeah, well, you can't do that in the car, can you? Let's go to Littlehampton. G'day, Sarah. When have you got let off by the cops?
Oh, yeah, not too long ago. I was coming back from Mum's house in Muzzabiza. And,
From where?
Hang on, where?
Maybridge.
Oh,
Muzzabiza. Is that the cool kid's name for it?
Absolutely. If you went to school there.
I haven't heard that before. Muzzabiza.
No, I got 3 kids and obviously don't drive too often at night, but come about 5:30 and I didn't quite have my lights on. It was getting dusk and sure enough, cops nina, and I was like, it's going to be because of the lights. It's sort of getting a little bit dark, but then not really. And then Lola, my 5-year-old on the back's going, Mum, what are we stopping on the freeway? Why are the cops here? The cops just could not help themselves and started pissing themselves laughing. And I'm like, yeah, right, yeah, we'll let you off. But obviously, next time just turn your lights on. It's getting a bit dark. I said, no worries, mate. Just don't drive too often in the dark. Sorry about that.
Well done.
All right, Sarah.
Good on you.
Good luck in Muzzabiza. All right.
When have you been let off by the cops?
Oh, let's go to Ranella. Paul, when have you been let off?
Oh, many years ago, Roo, when we used to have sessions on Thursday nights, we did. Someone said, back in the days when pubs closed at 10 o'clock, there's a show on at the Trades Hall in the city. So we went there, had a skinful there, hungry after that. Let's go to the pie cart, North Terrace.
Oh, the old pie cart.
Oh, yeah, which isn't there anymore, unfortunately. No. But as I pulled up, before I pulled up, I just had to do a U-turn. So I did this big burnout. It was a still night. And I thought, geez, that's not bad. And I pulled up. The paddy wagon pulled up right behind me. I was like, oh, geez. He's just come up to me and he says, where you going? I said, the pie cart. He said, well, you better go up there and have 4 or 5 pasties and get your mate to drive you home. Yes, sir. Not a problem.
Wow. How good.
All right, Paul. Very lucky there. That was the old days.
The pie cart. Great memories.
Oh, I thought you meant doing burnouts.
No.
Let's go to O'Sullivan's Beach. George, when have you been let off?
It was about 30 years ago. The wife was having trouble with her second pregnancy, and she started to show a little bit of blood, so I just threw her in the car and just was gunning it down Main South Road towards Ashford Hospital.
Yep.
And police pulled me over, so I jumped out of the car that fast. I think they thought I was going to attack them. And I said, quick, give me the paperwork and explain what happened. I said, hurry up. They said, look, mate, just slow down, take your time, and just go. And they just let me off.
Beautiful.
As they should. Yeah, that's your definite leave pass there. Let's go to Chris. Where are you from, Chris?
Cowandilla.
Cowandilla. When have you been let off by the cops?
Well, this is actually in Cyprus, and I got pulled over by a cop for not wearing a seatbelt, and I made out I didn't understand any Greek, being a Greek Cypriot, and got really angry with me, and he said, by the time I do the paperwork, I'm listening to this through my cousin, he goes, he's going to be out of the country, just tell him to put his seatbelt on and get the hell out of here.
Good on you, Chris. Let's go to Craigmore. Sean, when have you been let off by the police?
Yeah, g'day, boys. Yeah, I was in Queensland with the wife and kids, 4 kids, on a cheer holiday for my daughter, cheerleading. And we're coming on the second week. We had 2 of her extra friends because their parents went home early, so we had 6 kids in the Tarago. Coming back from the theme parks, turned left off the freeway there. Didn't see the 70 sign. Cop pulls me over from ahead. He goes, "Oh, why were you speeding?" I said, "No, I didn't see the 70 sign. I got 6 screaming kids in the back, mate." So he grabs my licence, looks up and down the Tarago. He goes, "Here you go, mate. You try and enjoy your holiday." He has a little bit of a giggle. No worries. He lets me off. So when I take off, the wheels are in a spoon drain and they start squealing when I take off. all the kids start screaming, cheering, bouncing around. And I look in the back mirror. The cop's looking at me going, "God, that guy needs some help, man."
Good on you. Hey, Sean, what do you think about cheerleading being in the next Olympics?
Oh, it's brilliant, mate. These girls train so hard and, oh, mate, it's brilliant to watch when they're up and about, mate, and it's a good bonding thing. They just love it. They all get made up in makeup. They their suits and everything. Oh, it's brilliant. I think it's a great idea.
Good on you, Sean.
On you, Sean.
All right, let's head to Angle Vale. Darren, when have you been let off by the cops?
Yeah, morning, Real and Debs. Yeah, back in the younger days when you were a bit more younger and stupid, pulled up at the set of the lights and the Statesman with a small block Chev in it, and the bloke in the Ford pulled up alongside of me. He's sitting there edging it and revving the car up. I said, let's go, mate. Sat there. Yeah, and the lights turned orange on the other set. I thought we're ready to go. Put on the brakes, stoked up the back end. Lights went green and we took off. He put his indicator on and turned right. Out from the white smoke behind me comes the blue lights, and he pulled me up. He was an older, more senior police officer, and he come up. He goes, that's quite an impressive display back there, son. And I said, yeah, probably a bit silly. He went to the boot of his car, he pulled out a rag, and he said, here, you can clean the rubber filings off the front of my car while I fill out your form. And he goes, he tears it out. He pulls the old pocket out on the shirt and sticks it in there. He says, let that be a warning to your son. He said, rule lesson number 1. He said, you're not the only person on the road. You're going to kill someone with those antics. Lesson number 2, if someone lines you up again, use your rear view mirror, will you?
Yeah, good on you. Good story, Darren. Oh, got some great stories there. A lot of burnouts back in the old days.
Now, Sarah from Muzzabizza, we're going to give her a...
Yep. I reckon she might get a replay. Sarah from Little Hampton. You have one of your smart speaker. You can wake up and say, play Triple M Adelaide, please.
Oh, Roo, we got into a big debate before we even started this morning. Alice the Wag, tell us the story.
Well, it's a lady in Sydney who has written a letter to her neighbour and it's titled Noise Complaint. And it says, Dear neighbour, please refrain from letting your kids out in the backyard before 9 a.m. on weekends. And she goes on to say, you know, she wakes up early morning and the kids are screaming and she can't get back to sleep and she can't have sleep-ins because the neighbour's kids are screaming in the backyard. So she said, please just give it till 9 a.m. and then let them outside.
Right. Now, you're on this lady's side, aren't you?
I'm 100% on this lady's side.
Yeah. So we want to stop kids from getting outdoors and playing in the backyard, do we?
No, not at all. But I think there is a time and a place for it and you can have the whole day outside if you want. But this lady, you know, it's her choice to live a lifestyle. And if she's entitled to have a sleep in on a weekend, just like we don't have neighbours turning the lawnmower on at 6 a.m, I think this should classify as the same thing as having kids squealing in the backyard next door.
Yeah. You haven't got kids, have you?
No, but that's the lifestyle I chose.
But you will one day.
Yeah. And then I'll keep them inside so they don't wake the neighbours up who are hungover after they've been at the wool shed till 4 a.m.
Oh, so now we get to the nitty-gritty. So because you've been out all night drinking...
But I'm entitled to do that.
Yeah, and kids are entitled to play in the backyard.
Yeah, but do it quietly inside. I think it's totally fair enough if they, 9 a.m. is not that late. Say they wake up at 6, watch a movie inside or do something, bake with them.
Aren't we trying to get kids off devices and actually out active and doing
so they
things?
can be outside from 9 a.m. until any time during the night.
Ruth,
I think respect your neighbour's sleep.
Whose side are you on here? You've got 6 kids who need to get outside.
You're going to be surprised, but I am a little bit on Alice's side here.
Oh,
yeah, I am. I think you've got a responsibility to your neighbours to let them have a little sleep in on the weekends. As hard as it would be to keep them inside in summer or keep them quiet. I probably annoy the neighbours more from me telling the kids off than them being loud. But no, I get Alice's side of it there, honestly.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock it would push the boundary. Might be hard for the last half an hour, but I think if they're bad kids, like loud kids, full on kids, I think the parents have got a bit of a responsibility to take them to the park if they can't shut them up.
Well, I think kids playing in the yard, kid noise, is different to a lawnmower or a whippersnipper or playing loud rock music or something. I think kids playing in the yard
if they're playing
is a pleasant
fine,
noise.
it is. If they're screaming and yelling and right next to, I presume this is
Harry, give me back
a
my
small
spade.
a small backyard in Sydney. We're talking here, aren't we?
Yeah, they're on top of each other in Sydney.
Mm.
Surely it's not too much to ask to be able to look after your kids for a couple of hours on a morning time inside. Surely there are some activities you can do with your children that don't involve them screaming in a backyard until the time is appropriate.
You've got little kids.
Yeah, 9 o'clock feels like midday to me. I've lived a whole life before 9 a.m. on the weekends. There's no way I can keep them inside that long, and nor would I want to.
Pre-kids, Mel, and you're drinking.
I would have resented it.
And your neighbours' kids are doing that.
Yeah, I would have
What would you
absolutely
do?
not liked it, but I also recognise people's right to be in their own yard and do whatever they want within reason. I mean, we've got someone 2 doors down at the moment who starts 7 o'clock every Saturday and Sunday morning with their Renault. And they're allowed to. I don't like it.
Are you allowed? I don't know if you are allowed to make noise on weekends.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, absolutely you are.
Builders are allowed to make
we had that
significant
recently.
noise
Yep.
Yeah.
from 7 o'clock.
Yep.
But you're not allowed to start a lawnmower.
That's
So-
strange.
So there you go.
All right, 13353.
Wow.
Whose side of this debate are you on? Kids playing in the yard surely is a good thing on a Saturday and a Sunday morning.
Yeah, quietly until 9 o'clock and then go your hardest.
Can't wait to chat.
13353.
You're gonna be
What
a
do you
crabby
think?
old bag you are. Well, a toffee, snobby, crabby neighbour has written a letter to this family saying, or to this couple saying, please keep your kids inside until 9 a.m. on weekends.
Yeah.
Come on, we got to let kids get outdoors and play.
Let's go to Mitchell Park. What do you think, Matt?
Yeah, g'day, fellas. I've got the loudest 9-year-old you've ever met, and we're just on our way to school, and we have to be really mindful of it in the morning, so we don't really let him outside too early. Don't know about the
Sounds
whole
like a
night,
dog.
but- What's that?
He sounds like a dog. We don't let him outside.
No, he's too loud. He's got the loudest voice foghorn you've ever met. He gets on that trampoline and he wakes up the whole neighbourhood.
Who's he get that from, Mum or Dad?
Probably from me, really.
Good on you, Matt. All right. Thanks for your honesty, Matt. Thanks for calling. Let's go to Andrew's farm. Glenn, what do you think? You on Alice's side or Ditz's side?
Kind of bit of both, but I got 3 kids. Of a weekend, we're always up and out ready for sport. The 2 boys are out kicking the ball around before they go, whether it's football or soccer ball. But what about if you put the shoe on the other foot? Are they going to, with their life of partying, keep the noise down after 8:30, 9 o'clock when the kids go to bed?
That's a good question.
What's the question?
Well, he's saying, well, what about he wants to put his kids to bed at 8:30 at night? Are the neighbours going to keep their music down and not have parties or whatever?
That's what they should be doing.
Yes. We've had a good text message come in. The person that said, wasn't it Alice that told us last week she had a party in her apartment until 3 in the morning?
Yes, I think it might have been. We'll double check with Alice on that one.
So is that noisy for the neighbours? Or
And Christopher's got a good one. Alice thinks kids understand time. There's only 2 times for kids that they understand, night and day. Daytime is go, and nighttime is still time to go for them as well. But a bit of a laugh here. We're taking some calls. Let's head to Salisbury East. David, what do you think?
Yeah, it comes back to the old thing, really, with you got the size blocks of land that the government is now giving everyone these days. The houses your eaves are touching, whereas back in the old day, we had half-acre blocks.
Yep.
We could go out in the backyard. We had a full-size cricket pitch. We could kick the football, and you had the room to play. And the government has actually fenced off all the school ovals. How do you get your kid to an oval to kick a ball and run around like idiots?
Right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, some school ovals, a bit hard to find some open space, and blocks are definitely getting smaller. There's no doubt about that. Let's go to Manopara West. Steve, what fence are you on? What side of the fence?
Let the kids play.
Yep, you with Ditz.
Everybody's on this thing about kids being on tablets and all that. Let them outside and play, and if the lady wants, move.
All right, let's go to North Haven. Ron, what do you think?
I reckon the kids should be allowed to go out and play.
All right.
Stuff the neighbours. Well, I've got one neighbour that's up to 4 o'clock every morning. The other neighbour I don't speak to, so I don't really give a shit about it.
Oh, right. It sounds like you're having a
Excuse my
good...
French.
Sound like your neighbourhood's going well then, Ron.
Yeah, well, the neighbour that stays up to 4 o'clock, I haven't got a problem with him. He's pretty good. He's a nice guy. He's a trackie. He does his own thing. But the other neighbour I don't speak to, so I don't worry about it.
All right.
All right, Ron.
Good on you, Ron.
All right.
Now, it's a close call, Roo. We've got 53% are saying stuff the neighbours, let the kids be kids, and 47% are saying neighbours are entitled to sleep in.
All right. Good stuff. All right. Well, we're not giving out a prize there anyway, are we? No, we've just had our say.
Righto.
I was going to give Ron something because I think he needs some cheering up, Ron.
cranky.
You're okay, Ron? Keep smiling, mate.
Righto.
All right. Good on you, Ronnie.
Oh, Roo, how did you find yesterday? Did you survive the hail?
Well, I went down in my little bunker that I've got at my joint for extreme weather events. After hearing Mel yesterday continually warn us.
Yeah.
Just on Triple M, cloudy, lots of showers around, maybe even that small hail back again today. Pretty rainy though, a high chance of showers today, maybe even some small hail around.
Right.
Look who's joined us. Ruined It's for breakfast on Triple M. We're expecting maybe some of that small hail back again today. 14 our top in Adelaide.
Hail?
Maybe.
Really?
Maybe a little bit.
Don't be joking.
Triple M, cloudy, high chance of showers,
she's
maybe
still
some of
going.
that small hail around with a top of 14 degrees today. Cold and wet today.
Okay, is that enough?
No.
Okay, hail a bit later on and cloudy, showers, maybe some small hail
Right.
mid-afternoon.
I said small and I said maybe.
Oh, God. I didn't see any.
Did it hail at your place,
I don't
Ray?
even know if it rained at my joint, let alone hailed.
Bloody beautiful where I
I
was.
thought it was quite a good day. Dits.
Yeah.
Would you
Anyway.
believe it? At Broadview, where I was, hail.
Oh, there was.
I just couldn't believe it. It was very localised.
Mel, you know, it's
Keep
a
up the
very,
good work.
very big responsibility doing the weather.
Yeah, it
so if
is.
you're going to do it, don't mislead Adelaide, please, because
I'm just going on the information from the Bureau.
Oh.
I'm not a
Don't handball
meteorologist.
it. Their fault.
I have to cop it.
and I
do
know why you're doing it.
Yeah, because someone else wasn't really doing such a great job either.
Cloudy, scattered showers today. I haven't been drinking. Friday morning, 24 in Adelaide today. It's
I'm
23 in
liking this.
Adelaide today.
Is it 23?
Apparently, yeah. It's going to be 33 in Perth today. Doesn't their weather normally come this way?
33?
33 in Perth today.
Sure?
Yeah.
Perth 13 with a high of just 16 today.
Triple M, 30, what is it? 36 degrees today in Adelaide.
30 odd.
Approximate, yeah. 30 something. If I say it's 26 or it's 31, seriously, is that going to change what you wear? Have a look at the sky outside. What is going on in Adelaide?
It's raining, Dits.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, the odd mess up.
God almighty. I think I'm going to have to bloody do this job, am I?
Can you take over?
I'll do it from now on. All right, just briefly.
Dits
while
has
we're
had
on
a
it,
go. I've had a go.
What's the weather today, Mel?
15.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am
Few
positive.
showers?
Yes, some showers. Definitely no hail.
Can Dits play golf?
He can. Well, he has to wearing that.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right, well done. I was going to
No,
say
not well done at
Mel.
all. Shockingly bad. I'm so
Poor
sorry
job,
about
Mel.
yesterday. Really let everyone down. Ruined It's for breakfast on Triple M. 15 our top today. Possible shower, no rain. Well, yeah, showers.
Don't second
No
guess
sleet,
yourself.
no snow, nothing else.
No bullshit.
No hail. Hail.
A Triple M Japanese Summer Sport Carnival update.
Okay, Roo, what's happening over there in Tokyo? Now, I just want to get an update on young Alex Porter, who's the Aussie cyclist that crashed when his handlebars gave way. This was your medical report on him yesterday.
Come off at about 50, 60, 70 Ks an hour, I think.
And it hurts.
No padding.
No.
Straight on the deck. He got away with just scratches and bumps and
Yeah,
bruises.
got up
didn't
and
he?
walked straight off.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, he's got another run at it, and he's fine to go again, which is great news. But I
Right.
come out of the Neil Curley school of injury reporting.
Right. Alex has now spoken since the crash.
Lost most of the skin down the centre of my face, and I've taken a good chunk off my arm. And I remember I'd done my turn, was just trying to settle in, get ready for my next go on the front, and then all of a sudden I've just felt my arms pointing down, and then I could just see the track getting closer to my face. And at first it kind of felt like a dream because my brain couldn't work out what was quite happening, and then before I knew it I was sliding.
You don't ride on your face, Alex.
No.
All right, mate. Just toughen up. Come on.
Yeah. All right, now my favourite story today.
I did see it on the news last night. The poor bugger has got a bit of skin off.
Morning, Mr. and Mrs. Porter. We
No,
are sorry. that
very
we-
brave,
Yeah.
and we're not taking the mickey out of it. Very good effort to come back from that.
Now, my favourite story coming out of Tokyo today in the sport of equestrian.
That was like me doing the weather, like Mel doing the weather.
Yeah,
All
sure.
right.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
all right.
So you're not doing
Mel,
sports
can you do
report.
the Olympic report from now on?
Absolutely not. I'm not taking on more responsibility.
The boss's daughter, Bruce Springsteen, she is competing today in the sport of equestrian, Jessica Springsteen.
Really?
Yeah.
Where was she born?
Now you know where she did most of her training.
Where?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well
And you know that her horse was. Yeah. And if she wins a medal,
Glory days, one of my favourites. So what's she really competing?
This is true. So Jessica Springsteen, the boss's daughter, is competing in the equestrian over there today.
Oh, good on you.
Yeah.
Well done. What about they're getting up to a bit of naughtiness over there? I think the headline reads, vomit, holes in walls, loud noise, broken beds, partying.
It's the Triple M Christmas party.
Sol and Max. Yeah, exactly. All in the Olympics. I think the soccer players and the rugby players and maybe even the rowers, up to a little bit of mischief. On the flight, is it back to Adelaide?
Yeah, Japan Airlines.
Back to
coming
Australia, to Darwin, I should say.
So the airline has complained as well about...
drunk and disorderly.
Yes, hooligans.
So I think a few butts are going to get kicked today. Peter Bowl, the 800-metre runner, runs tonight about 7 or 8 o'clock.
And
check your details for... If you don't want to miss it.
He's the favourite for the 800 metres, which
He
is
is.
exciting. Can I just say the pervometer's been working too, Roo? I just want to alert everyone that she's been called the sexiest athlete on the planet. Her name is Alyssa Schmidt. And even Mel, a moment ago, looked at it and went, oh, my God.
Yeah.
So she
I had the pervometer.
That's it. This girl, she's a German. And anyway, the funny thing is it's exploded on social media. They're saying, what the hell are you doing there?
Because she's posting all TikTok videos and
she's sitting
stuff.
in the stands like she's reserved.
When are you competing?
Yeah, she's reserved for the...
What are you doing
So
there?
it turns out she's there just to look good.
Well, she's a backup 400-metre runner.
Yeah, but she will not run.
No, probably not.
And, she's just over there looking hot, basically.
Probably worth taking.
Yeah.
For morale.
Yeah.
I thought they were planting her in the village to distract other, competitors of the opposition.
Well, it's worked.
Yeah.
It's definitely worked. And it's distracted me from doing the breakfast program here right now.
Sexiest athlete on the planet.
Alyssa Schmidt. Check it out. You'll be...
So she got the gold for that?
She got gold. Yeah.
Good work.
So that's what's happening over there in Tokyo.
I'm just saying it's big news, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. You might win.
Excellent.
Or you might lose.
Wow.
Keep up with the times and play Ruse News.
Righto, give us a burl on 133353 if you want to be a contestant on Ruse News. We need a couple of people to ring in and take on Ditz.
Yep.
Keep him honest.
How would you rate the questions today? Are they hard, medium, easy?
Very gettable.
Gettable.
I've dumbed them right down for our audience. 133353. Take on Ditz. We've got a faster pasta voucher up for grabs if you're smart enough to knock him off.
Ruined It's for breakfast on Triple M. Call now for Ruse News 133353. It's 10 to 8.
I'm just saying it's big news, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. You might win.
Excellent.
Or you might lose.
Wow.
Keep up with the times and play Ruse News.
2 contestants lined up, Roo.
Yes, we sure have. We got Sammy on the line from Wollonga. G'day, Sammy.
Morning, how are you?
How's it down at Wollonga today?
It's not hailing.
It's not hailing.
Thank you, Sam.
Good on you, Sam. What do you do at Wollonga, Sam?
Not a lot at Wollonga, but I work elsewhere.
Righto.
Oh, okay. Check your buzzer. No, we need Sam.
Oh, Sam.
That's it. Good. Let's head to Ferryden Park. G'day, Nico.
Morning, Roo. Morning, Ditz.
Yes.
On you, mate.
You looking forward to today or not?
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
good.
Just off to work like a normal day.
Good boy. Check your buzzer, Nico.
Nick.
Nice.
Ditz.
Nice. All right, let's get stuck
get
into
into it.
this.
I'm
All
ready
right,
to go.
there's a $50 faster pasta voucher up for lunch.
Oh, you can
here.
try those new pizzas.
You can try them, Ditz. Yes, you can. All right, let's have a listen to some audio. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, not too long ago, I was coming back from Mum's house in Muzzabiza. And,
From where?
Hang on.
Yeah,
Righto.
so that was Sarah from Littlehampton. She's called her.
What town was she talking
Yeah,
about?
what was she?
Sam.
Oh, yes, Sam.
Murray Bridge.
Murray Bridge.
Murray
Gee,
Bridge.
where the filthy
Can
look
you
I
just stick to
got.
being a contestant
Sorry.
over there, please?
Well, I thought you were
can't
struggling to get the question
You
out.
can't contest and do the
And
questions.
answer the question. Oh, fair enough.
All right, so just shut up, all right, please.
Oh, no.
The boss said he wants me to contribute more.
Do it in your own segment, will
Okay.
you? Or contribute by getting an answer every now and then.
Oh, all right. Is that what this is about?
Yeah. Righto, true or false? Warney only got COVID so he could chat up nurses.
Nick.
Yes, Nick.
False.
I'll give you that. It might have been true.
We think it's true.
All right. What happens tonight at 1 minute past midnight?
Ditz.
Nick.
What?
Party at Alice's place.
There's a part B to this.
on, we
What
got
does
Nick. We got-
really happen at 1
Righto.
minute past midnight? Who was it?
Nick. Nick.
COVID restrictions being wound back.
Well done.
Yeah, good on
Righto,
you.
We got Sam 1, Nick 2.
That's good.
It's
All right. Loud noise, vomit, holes in walls, broken beds, partying, stolen mascots.
Tits. That's at Alice's place. Nick was in first
Nick.
again.
The Olympic boys running amok.
What?
That's it.
Is that 3-1?
3-1.
Oh, no. Well done.
Might have been the Olympic girls.
I think it might have been a little bit of... Well, you don't just have a party with boys, do you?
No.
Oh, maybe
Well
you do.
done, Nick. You're off to faster pasta.
1 minute past 12 tonight. Restrictions ease, so businesses out there will breathe a sigh of relief.
So what does it mean, Roy?
Well, for pubs, it goes from 25% to 50%, but you
Right.
still have to wear your masks and still have to sit down to eat and drink. No
Okay.
dancing yet and no singing yet. Gyms back to 1 to 4 square metres from 1 to 8. And we're still wearing masks everywhere, though, for quite a while yet. So, yeah, it's heading in the right direction, which is great. Now, I was going to bring something up, Ditz. Can you just help me? I've just forgotten.
Yeah, numbers on athletes.
Yes, that's what I was going to talk about. Do you find it a little bit archaic or a bit outdated that in 2021 athletes have to still wear their names and numbers on their pinned onto their tops?
So what would the alternative be? What would you like to see?
I don't know. There should be some other. I mean, don't we know who they are?
Oh, so you don't know numbers at all?
I just would have thought Australia.
Well, you ran around with number 32 on your back. Should you have that on or not?
Well, I just don't know. I think there's a more aerodynamic, more modern way of doing it than just making a big flappy thing with a couple of safety pins on it.
Oh, I get. Yeah, well, I mean, like the way your number was on your Guernsey, maybe it should be printed on or...
Yeah, because, you're going to keep that anyway, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're not recycling it.
Yeah. You're right. The white thing where you... Yeah.
You're with me
Has anyone
now?
got a safety pin?
Yeah.
I've got to run in the Olympics.
Yeah, and you don't need to pin that into your belly. So just a little thought I had watching the
No, I like
Olympics
it.
on the couch.
Yeah, no, it's a good one.
All
And
right.
just a reminder too, I think this is exciting, but for all the music lovers, Bruce Springsteen, the boss's daughter, is competing today in the equestrian. Her
Right.
name is Jessica Springsteen.
Good
so
stuff.
look out for that. If you're a big fan of the boss, you'll be able to see his daughter go around in the equestrian.
Beautiful stuff.
Triple M. Roll up your chinos, put wax in your hair, smash some avocado and grab a protein shake. It's time for the Metros on Ruined Dits for Breakfast.
The boys from around the office are in, Roo. We got Tom, our new assistant producer. How are you settling in, Tom?
Yeah, very well.
Going
Yes.
all right?
I'm loving it so far. And I got the call back for the Metros.
Yeah,
so,
second up.
That's
We-
it.
We're buttering you up so you start making coffees after 8 o'clock for us.
We got Josh. Good morning, Josh.
Good morning, boys.
Josh does all the video stuff, Roo, online.
And
content.
does it very, very
He does.
well.
Yeah. Yep. And Sammy, our audio man. How are you, Sam?
Very well.
All right. How's the top 5 looking this week?
Pretty good.
Got anything to work with or not?
Plenty of lowlights to highlight.
All right, Roo. The AOC is very, very upset with
Who-
our
who are
athletes.
the AOC?
Australian Olympic Committee.
Right.
Heads will roll over this. Bums will be kicked.
Heads will roll?
Yes, and bums will be kicked. So it turns out the sports involved Ollie Roos, the soccer boys, who have finished. The rugby sevens fellas have finished, and some of the rowers.
That's a surprise.
They've ruined their rooms. There's holes in the walls. There's vomit everywhere. They've partied on, and now Japan Airlines have complained. So you mentioned something earlier this morning that I want to put to the Metro lads. Are you embarrassed as Australians by this, or what you said, Roo, is if you train for 5 years in this case, do you deserve to be able to let your hair down? You finish competing, and it's been a long, hard road. Do you deserve to actually go out and go crazy? Or do we still have to respect the uniform and respect the fact that you're over there representing Australia? Tom, are you embarrassed or do you not care? How do you feel about
Well,
it?
I think the big thing is all through the Olympics, we've been talking about how well the Australian athletes have represented Australia, how well they've spoken, how humble they've been in that.
Yep.
So I think the problem is they've been too good at speaking beforehand. So now we've just been let down. If they were just spoke like rat bags and talked about themselves the whole time,
right,
then we wouldn't be surprised with
we
this
needed
behaviour.
larrikins over there.
Yeah. So now it's just been a bit of a shock for us now.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
What do you think, Josh?
I think they're doing a perfect job of representing our country.
Right. Okay.
All right.
I was talking to Bluey yesterday, and he said, the one thing he's most upset about his career was when cricket was in the Commonwealth Games, he just missed the squad, And then he had to hear from everyone else about how great it was in the Olympic Village.
Right. Yeah.
Morning, Jody.
Right. That's a low blow. Sam.
Well, I'm not particularly surprised that the rugby boys were partying that much.
No.
I mean, they've got a very
reputation to
checkered history of partying with animals and weeing in their own mouths.
That's the rugby league boys. These are the toffee ones that went to university.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, I've partied.
Rugby union.
I've partied a lot in my lifetime, but I've managed to never put a hole through a wall. So I think it's maybe a bit much.
Have you broken a bed?
Personal question.
Well, they have, because they broke beds
He's not
as well.
So I think they definitely need to party. They're athletes. They work very hard, but maybe just take it easy.
Tone it down a bit.
Yeah.
Holes in walls is a bit off.
Yeah, holes in walls. Yeah, but that's
going
probably
too
just
far.
falling over and stumble over and put a hole in the wall. It's not like punching it.
Bloody
for the
hard to
sake
put
of
a
it, is
hole
it?
in a wall, Roo.
Haven't you ever fallen over?
Well, no. So clearly you have. Clearly you've done it.
Oh, someone I know might have.
Now, Roo, anyway, what's your opinion on this? Should they?
No,
you've sort of
I
had
think
end
you're
of season
entitled to
footy
have a good
trips.
time, but you got to do it in a manner that is not disrespectful to the nation, to the village, to the host people.
Because they're saying Japan Airlines have complained as well.
Yeah, drunk and disorderly on the plane, which then affects other people on the plane. So you just can't do that when you're representing your country.
Is it a bit like their Mad Monday, maybe?
Yeah,
It is, and it's a red flag. It's dangerous. It's easy to make mistakes in that situation.
Speaking from experience.
Speaking from a lot of experience with Ditz and I.
And holes in walls.
Yeah,
What's the Squash Mad Monday equivalent?
Never been such a thing.
Never been.
No. Although, to be fair, I retired in 1993, and I don't think I've slowed down yet.
It's still going.
I'm still. Yeah. Well,
They don't get in trouble with them because no one knows who they are.
That's right. All right. Thanks, Metros.
Thank you.
Joe Rashuda
on Ruined Dits for breakfast.
When do I get paid?
It's time for Joe's joke.
All right. Good morning, Joe.
Morning, Dick.
How are you, mate?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Thanks for asking. Now, you're looking forward to getting back to footy this weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's your coach?
Justin.
Justin.
Yeah, he's a good coach too, Joe, isn't he? Better than your last one?
Yeah, way better than...
Who was the last coach?
Dad.
Oh. Now, hey, someone told me that you're doing extra schoolwork after school. Are you doing, is it called QMon?
Yeah.
How's that going?
I don't like it.
Oh, no, I don't think I would either. No.
Oh, Ditch, you should not have brought that up. We want Joe in a good mood, not in a bad mood.
All right, well, Joe, have you been watching the Olympics?
Yeah.
Which part of the Olympics do you like? What sport?
I like the athletics and the swimming, but
Yeah.
I've been watching them all around, but not much of. I've watched pretty much a couple of them.
Right. Okay. Right.
Make your
Well, that
mind
covers
up.
a few then. All right. Now, how many jokes have you got, Joe?
2.
Okay, give us the first one.
Why didn't the BBQ tongs close properly?
Why didn't the barbecue tongs close properly?
Yeah.
Why?
Okay, why?
They didn't hit a snag. I mean, sorry,
They did hit a
They did hit a snag.
They hit a snag.
Right.
They hit a snag.
Yeah, they hit a snag.
Right,
Yeah,
we're with
yeah,
it, good.
yeah, yeah.
What's the second joke?
What do you call a pair of banana peels laying on the ground?
Oh, what do you call a pair of banana peels laying on the ground?
What do you call them?
Slippers.
Not bad, Joe.
Good on you, Joe. Have a good day, mate.
You too.
Good on you. See you, mate.
See you, Joey boy.
He's a beauty. Who have you got there, Root?
I got Benny boy from St. Maurice on the line. G'day, Ben.
Hello.
How are you today, mate?
Good.
You looking forward to going to school?
Sort of.
Yeah, that's
I like
about
your
all
honesty,
you need
Ben.
to look
How
forward.
old are you, Ben?
11.
And which school are you at?
St. Joseph's Tranmere.
St. Joseph's Tranmere. And what's your teacher's name?
Mr. Moulton.
Mr.
Yeah,
Moulton.
Good fella, Mr. Moulton.
He is.
What's your gag, Benny boy?
What are the 3 rings of marriage?
The 3 rings of
this
marriage.
is dangerous territory,
Yeah.
Ben.
All right. What are they, Ben?
the engagement ring, marriage ring, and the suffer ring.
Not bad at all, Benny. That'll be very hard to beat.
Ben's in for a long life ahead of him.
Mum told him that joke. Let's go to Blackwood. G'day, Ronnie.
Hey.
How are you, Ronnie?
Good, how are you?
Good,
Very
thank you.
well.
How old are you, Ronnie?
7, turning 8 next week.
Right.
Oh.
What do you want to get for your birthday?
Probably some boxing gear.
Who are you going to use that on?
I'll probably get. I might use it on Mark.
On me? How are you, Ronnie? I thought that was you little bugger. I tell you better buy a mouth guard if you're going to get some boxing gear.
So, Ronnie, is Roo your coach?
Yes.
What's he like?
He's one of the best coaches I've had.
Oh, you've only had one, Ronnie.
Gee whiz.
I've had 2.
You've had 2 coaches. The other one was your mum.
All right, Ronnie, what's your joke for us today?
What do you call a blonde skeleton in the cupboard?
What do you call a blonde skeleton in the cupboard? What?
The 1950 hide and seek world champion.
Good on you, Jackie.
Well done, Ronnie.
That was Ronnie's
That was
mum
my
there.
papa's favourite joke.
Yeah, your
what?
papa's favourite joke.
Oh, your papa's favourite joke.
Good on you,
Now,
Ronnie.
This was Mel yesterday, talking about the weather.
Cloudy, lots of showers around, maybe even that small hail back again today. Pretty rainy though, a high chance of showers today, maybe even some small hail around. Look who's joined us. Ruined It's for breakfast on Triple M. We're expecting maybe some of that small hail back again today. 14 our top in Adelaide.
Hail?
Maybe.
Really?
A little bit.
Got it the third time, Mel.
Yep.
Talking about a bit of hail, and we quite rightly had a crack at Mel this morning about getting the weather wrong, didn't we?
Yeah, because there was no hail.
There was no hail.
Well, that's what we thought. I got a text on the Auto Masters text line, Miss Mel Anderson.
Vindicated.
I would like to defend Mel.
Oh.
It hailed at Gawler at 7:10 in the morning yesterday.
You're joking.
Woohoo!
Cheers, old Four Eyes from Salisbury Heights. There you go.
Thanks, Mum. Oh, I mean, old Four Eyes. Thank you.
There you go. All right.
Oh, hang on. There's another one as well. It's not just one person. Take it easy on Mel. It did hail at 7:10 at Williston.
Which
yesterday.
is next to Gawler. Yeah. All right.
So it's corroborative. Corroborative.
Williston, that's where the great Andrew Jarman
That
coaches.
is. Yes, it is.
Tell you what then, he wouldn't have turned up for training.
So, any apologies forthcoming?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Mel.
Thank you.
Sorry, Mel.
All right. Ruined It's for breakfast on Triple M. We're expecting a top of 15 degrees today in Adelaide.
Are we?
Yes, I guarantee
I
it.
don't trust you.
We've
No,
had someone
right?
else ring in and say it was hailing yesterday.
Who's ringing now?
Someone from Pennington.
She didn't want to go on air,
No, it
but
hailed in Pennington,
I'm
Williston.
vindicated.
I know why she didn't want to go on air from down there.
Why?
Outstanding warrants.
Oh, Rose.
What?
Excuse
How
me.
dare you?
I'm only joking.
Oh.
I'm only joking.
Oh, please.
It was hailing down there.
Hailing down in that area.
Mel, we really do owe you an
You
apology.
really do. And I just copped it. I just took it on the chin. And
We owe Mary an apology. I owe Mary an apology. I owe Mr. Porter. Is it Alex Porter's parents?
Yes,
I owe them
yes.
an apology.
You've had a bad week.
I've had a really bad couple of days, guys.
you got a
so
lot
I
of
might
sorries.
take tomorrow off, all right?
And everyone
No.
in Pennington?
Nah, that was a joke. So it rained.
Hailed.
oh God! Oh no!
Bloody hell, you've got hail
Rue
damage.
can't do the weather. I'm gonna keep the
Stick
weather
with it,
now.
Mel.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now are we going to talk about the bump?
I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah, we recorded it yesterday.
Yeah.
We had a bit of fun at Lemo's expense.
Well, we needed to, didn't
Yeah,
we?
because he had a real crack at Caro Wilson for getting the Hawthorn story wrong.
Yeah, the week before, he had a massive crack. This is what he said about Caro the week before.
Seriously, Caro's hardly an expert on this topic. This year, and I'm not even making this up, Caro has had Alistair Clarkson coaching the Gold Coast Suns, GWS. It's not like she's properly got her finger on the pulse when it comes to Clarko.
Anything you'd like to say to Caro?
Can you tell the truth this
Kiss
week,
the hand.
please?
Get on your knee and kiss her hand.
I'm still not convinced Clarko's leaving Hawthorn.
There you go.
We had
There's
a
a
lot
few
of
weeks left
we had a
in
lot
the
of
year.
fun yesterday, Dits. We talked about coaches getting sacked. There's some good info there. We talked about Port Adelaide and Crows.
Actually,
and,
it's worth listening to. Rue
Yeah.
tells the story of the two coaches he had a hand in sacking.
well, no, I didn't
No,
enjoy
just
it.
have a
but
listen.
It's just,
Have a listen to the
well,
bump.
Jar spoke about it as well. We went through all the coaches, Bernie as well, and Ditz didn't have a coach because he didn't need one. He was the Nick Kyrgios of squash. But if you want to have a look at it and have a bit of fun, search Ruin Ditz on the Listener app, and there you go.